Phyllis, thanks for raising your hand. I was muted. Okay. Welcome everybody to the team call. I guess if I'm muted, could you guys even hear that audio that was on? Oh my gosh, it was like I had an incredible audio on. I put the link in there in the chat, so you'll have to watch it later. I'm like, oh, they're gonna love this one. This is like one of my favorite ones, and you guys weren't even hearing it. So anyway, it's called Art Williams' Just Do It speech. You got to listen to it. I put the link in the chat thread. But today we have a guest speaker, Christy Joe. I'm super excited to be able to introduce her. But first, I just want to take a quick moment and just say I'm super pumped about being a team Beachbody coach. This past, just over a week ago, was my 9-year anniversary, 10 years since I did my first workout with P90X. So it's crazy to think it's been a quarter of my life. So I've been here for a good hot minute. And that Art Williams speech, I was really thinking about it. And he was talking about how it's easy for anybody in life. Like he was talking about the winning edge. It's easy for anybody to be excited about anything for 3 months. But if you want to be successful at something and achieve your goals and your dreams, you got to be excited about and passionate about for like 30 years or until the job gets done, as he says it. So I'm here. I'm excited. More excited than ever. And super excited, especially coming out of the Super Weekend, the new BOD groups coming out. And I won't take time to go over that because you have the ability to go back. If you didn't watch the virtual Super Weekend, go back and watch it. I streamed it live in the Dynasty Strong Team page, as well as the BOD groups training. So you can watch it there. If you're not in that group for some reason, let me know. I can help you get in there. But it's also was streamed live on the Beachbody Champions page and the Team Beachbody 411 page. So with that being said, make sure you've watched those. Absolutely incredible. There's new products coming out, like Muscle Burn, MBF, Muscle Burns Fat, which will be coming out. There's a new flavor of Energize. There's a new little drink called a Beachbody Bevy to help curb cravings, like a drink to have in the evenings. There's all kinds of new things coming out, especially I'm super excited, like I said, about the BOD groups. If you don't know what that is, to encourage you to go check out the training on it. It's a totally integrated system of using like what was the My Challenge Tracker app, but also having the ability to have like a landing page, a place to send your prospects to look at success stories, transformation stories, and then create a share cart from inside of there and directly take them from the share cart into your challenge group, which will be on the app BOD group. So make sure you take a look at that. With that being said, I don't want to take any more time. I better admit, I got to admit all these people. I keep forgetting. Okay, there's like 11 people waiting in the lobby. So I'll keep an eye on that. With that being said, I'm going to introduce Christy Joe. She's from a small town in Maryland, close to Gettysburg. I wanted her to speak on this team call for us today because last month she sponsored or brought on 7 coaches into her team. So how many of you guys, raise your hand, would like to bring on 7 new teammates in 1 month? Incredible, right? And I'll work on, I don't think she's on here live, but I also have a brand new coach who's only been with me for just over a month. I worked on recruiting her husband for about 8 years. And then finally I got her to do a 3-month trial to Beachbody on demand, and she became a coach. She's also just signed her 8th coach in her first month. So we have Christy Joe doing it. We have this brand new coach, Whitney, doing it. It's something that I do consistently. So I wanted to bring them on and let you hear from them what they're doing. She is a full-time employee with the county that she lives in. She is a boy mom and a fur baby mom, I believe. And in her free time, she loves to play outside with her son. And she also loves to play, just be around the farm at her mom's house with the pigs and the cows and all the animals. And this is the one thing I really love. She's always been taught that if you want something in life, you have to work for it. So with that being said, Christy, I will unmute you and we will let you share your story. Actually, you got to unmute yourself. There you go. We'll let you share your story and then share with us some tips.
All right. Thank you, Scotty, for having me. First, I have to shout out to my team because I'm going to cry. Sorry.
Okay. You got this.
Without them, I wouldn't be here. I'm such a baby. But no, like seriously, my team has done so much for me. They're so encouraging. McKenna, my mom, my husband is on, Candace, my mother-in-law, Jen Greenberg, they've all done a huge help for me. They're all encouraging. They show up for me, I show up for them, and that's a lot of my push and what gets me to where I am, because they're expecting me to do it, so I'm expecting them, and we do it together, and we don't miss a beat. So a huge shout out to all of them and all of their hard work. A little about how I got started. My husband and I, along with my mother-in-law, took a family trip for Thanksgiving to Jen's house. Side note, she is married to my husband's cousin. So we were there and they kept talking about country heat. What is country heat? Like, why? I kept telling Chris, like, why do they keep talking about this? What is so exciting about country heat? We went to Nashville to kind of explore for the night. And when we went in their RV, they were telling us, here, try this shot of Energize here. You'll be able to stay up with us. Like you'll feel good. Like it's not too much. It will keep you there. You won't be dragging with us. So we're like, oh, that's pretty good. On the way home, we started talking more about country heat, and Jen's like, I'll just catch up with you when we get back. And I love line dancing. I'm the and all of that. I did 4-H FFA. So that was in Thanksgiving. I think it was November 26th exactly when I bought my first challenge pack, and I started with Country Heat. I completed the program. I had amazing results, and I was obviously new at everything, the coaching business and whatnot. So I just kind of went out on a limb and tried to promote and do what I could to get myself out there. I got married in 2016, so that was the year that I got married. So that 2 years after, I was sticking to it. I would sign somebody here and there. I wasn't having that much success, but I was okay with it because I was reaping the benefits of everything, as well as my husband. So after 2 years after our marriage, I got pregnant with my son, who you'll see popping up here and there if you're watching Chris. And he'll probably be knocking on the door and you'll probably hear him in the background. But I had him. I gained 67 pounds. I've never been, my highest weight was 140, and that was when I graduated high school. I played a lot of sports. I was built. But when I hit almost 200, I was crushed. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I going to keep up with my son? Like, this is not that the weight really mattered. It was just the way I feel. Like, it brought me down so much. So I knew once I got this whole new mom thing under the rug that I was going to be good. So I had Baylor in August. I started back up in December. He was 4 months. And from there, I just I opened up. I don't know, something about, I don't know if it's being a mom, the maturity or what, but I just kind of blossomed from there. And it still took me a little bit of time to kind of get it. But I've completed the original 21-day fix, Transform 20, Lift 4, Morning Meltdown was, I did this past fall, and then 80-Day Obsession. And I knew that my son, only being 4 months old, was watching me, and I didn't want to disappoint him, and I wanted to be that role model. And he's 1.5 years, and he'll bring up something to me, and no matter what, wait, mommy, wait, and just like tell me he wants to work out or he wants to watch me. So he's a lot of my push and motivation. And from there, it's just kind of been history, and I keep on rocking and growing every day with my team and my family. So I like to talk, as you can tell. Once I get my tears out, I don't want to take too much of your time and drag this on, but I do have 6 really important tips that have helped me tremendously. And like I said, it did take me a little bit to get myself out there and feel more comfortable with sharing my story and just being open with everybody. And from the start, know that everybody's different. So you're going to have different results than I am. You're going to like different products than I am, different flavors. We're all not going to, my results might come faster or slower than yours. That's a lot of it. But you want to still be yourself. So the first tip that I have for you is being true to yourself and who you are. People can read past that. And if you're not true to yourself, you're like, you might work out or like every other day or once a week or something, or you might show, hey, I did a shake today. But deep down, like, do you want to do it? Are you being consistent with it? And if you're not, like, that's still going to eat at you in the back of your head. Like, when you're done your post, you're going to be like, I can't believe I told these people that, like, that's not really who I am. So you have to always remember that it has to come from the heart and you have to be you. And especially people that know you, they're going to know, like, this isn't the real Christy that I grew up with or that I've watched over these years. And you are goes into how are you making a positive difference. You're going to blossom your life. You're going to make these changes for you and live a healthy lifestyle and be happy. And so you want to show these things, but you also want to make sure that you're bringing positive onto other people. My second tip that I have for you is product of the product. I've kind of mentioned it a little bit, but share your benefits. How do you use Shakeology? Which flavors do you like? Energize. How have you benefited from it? Non-scale victories. Yeah, people want to hear about your weight loss, and that's a huge thing today now because, you know, they put this big image that the perfect figure is this. No, there's not a perfect figure. So yeah, it's great that we lose weight and that we're getting comfortable, but there's other non-scale victories like your clothes fitting, your happiness, your moods, your energy level is a big thing, especially with me because of my son. Like, if I can't keep up with him and I'm wanting to nap throughout the day before he's ready for a nap, it doesn't work like that. And he knows, and trust me, he beats at the door, mommy, 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 mommy. So you have to share what you're gaining from it and show that the products work and that it's nothing crazy. We're adding exercise into our daily life, which we should be doing anyways. And we're fueling our body with the proper nutrients. I actually went to the GI doctor, showed him a Shakeology because I have IBS really bad. And he was like, this is perfect. You don't have to take any extra vitamins. This is all that you need. And he goes, and if that's working for you, he goes, do it. So that's something that I really go on of, like, that's a huge non-scale victory for me and a huge benefit for me because I don't have to worry about day after day how I'm going to feel. I know that I'm going to wake up. I might be a little tired, but I'm going to feel good once I get everything going. It's a confidence. A non-scale victory is gaining your confidence. If you guys, the people that know me personally, know that I suffer from depression really bad. So it takes a little bit. And when I get into that stage, I have to get myself out of it. And this has helped me a lot and has grown my confidence tremendously. Like, I normally don't do Flex Friday pictures, but this whole entire year, every single Friday, I haven't missed one because I feel good, I'm happy, and I want other people to do it too. My third tip that I have, if I'm talking too fast, I apologize. I like to talk fast. My husband always tells me, slow down. But my third tip is relatable. People are watching. Regardless if they are joining you or not, they're still watching you. Year after year, day after day, they take notice. They might scroll right on by, but they see you. They see that face popping up. They see that post. So you have to, being relatable and people watching, I might not have everything in common with you, but I'm sure we have something. So relate to that person. I have a kid. McKenna doesn't have a kid, but we relate. We have a lot of the same personality. We enjoy the same things. Phyllis, she's a cousin of mine, but we're on completely different stages of our lives. But Phyllis and I relate because we enjoy helping people and we like to see positive outcomes and people being happy. You have to find that connection with whoever you're reaching out to and inviting to. So it could be anything, like you're working full time, you have kids, animals, obstacles that you face, depression being one of them. I know not everybody likes to share medical issues, but I see a lot of coaches that have PCOS and they share about that, and that's how they connect with a lot of people that that might be the only thing that they have in common with, but you're still relating and you can share your story. And everybody's story is different. So you'd be surprised at who will come your way when you relate to somebody and you're true to yourself. My next tip is tip number 4, and it's honesty. It goes a long way with being true to yourself. When inviting people and talking about products, be honest to them. Show them how they're benefiting you. Tell them what you like about it, and tell them what you dislike about it. Not everybody likes the same Shakeology flavors. I'm not a coffee person. I don't like cafe latte. I definitely give it, when I give samples, it's one of the ones I put in there. But I tell people, I don't like coffee. The cafe latte is not for me. Chocolate is my go-to. Where my husband is completely different. He loves the cafe latte. So you can't tell people everything's perfect, everything's rainbows and butterflies, because it's not. So, sorry, I have notes and I don't want to lose track and skip something. Sorry, I went too far. So yes, you have to honesty. People are going to know, like when they get it, they're going to be like, really, you liked this? Or are you sure? And you're going to get tons of questions. I get a lot of people that are, there has to be underlying fees. Nope. What I'm telling you is what there is. I don't leave anything out. The $15.95 coaches fee, when people show me interest in that, I tell them right up front, I don't throw it to them at the end. I want them to know what they're getting, that they're not stuck with me. I would love for them to stick with me, but they have the choice, and there's no contracts, no nothing. So I let them know that those options are there if it's not working, but I also ask them to come to me and talk to me first. See if we can work something out that would better fit you. Work on different programs, look at all the different products we have and see if something else would be more beneficial to you than what I have. I actually just had a call this morning, or not a call, a message this morning about my newest coach, Elle. She was asking about nutrition. She wants to get her workouts under her belt and then start focusing on her nutrition. And I'm not a person that can take on a lot at once. I try to multitask, but I'm not very good at it. So I always recommend to people, to me, workouts are the easiest thing to get under my belt. So start with that. Get yourself into a routine and then throw in the nutrition. But while you're doing the workouts, maybe take notice of what they have nutrition-wise to offer, the tips, the different recipes, and just kind of experiment. Not that it's it's overwhelming you, but that you're slowly trying to get the hang of it. And I'm really excited because my husband and I got the ultimate portion fix. So I explained to her a little bit about that, and when I get it, that I am certainly happy to share more about that with her and give her some extra tips and everything. But when she's ready, I definitely don't want to overwhelm her and scare her off. So you don't want to, I say sorry probably way more than I should, but I don't like to overwhelm people, and I don't want them to feel like they have to do everything that I do. And I have 2 more tips for you, and I'm going to emphasize them a little bit more. Is number 5, show up every day and support. So support your team. Like I mentioned when I first started, my team has been a huge support to me and I to them. And that's what you're going to want to do. You can't, whenever somebody comes to me or I sign somebody up, I let them know. I will check in with you weekly, monthly. If I'm checking in with you too much and I'm driving you crazy, let me know. I'll back off. Or if you need me to check in more and I'm not doing enough, let me know. I will do it. I have some people that I check in with on a daily basis because that's what they need. They ask me to. Can you just make sure, by lunchtime or the afternoon that I am sticking to my program, or, I'm following through with what I have, on my plate, and I'm not skipping over anything, and I'm showing up for myself. That's a lot of it. I have an accountability group specifically for my team. And I do welcome others that are interested so then they can see kind of what we're about and what we do. But every day we share our workouts. Some of us, we don't always do pictures. We'll just do a post, what we did. And a lot of times we share the good, but there are bad days that we have. I love Kenna because she is completely honest with you, and she will tell you exactly how her workout went and if she loved it or hated it. And that's what you have to do, because like I said, it's not perfect all the time, and we all have bad days. We can't cover it and sugarcoat it and make it look like it's all perfect, because it's not. But like supporting each other, giving. So I replied to Kenna with like, okay, her workout today was I think it was a core workout, and it wasn't challenging enough for her. So I responded, so next time you go back to that one, maybe just increase it a little bit, add weights or adjust it that makes it work for you. And that's what I like about this, is because you can do it for you, what works for you. But it's just, we chit chat, we encourage each other. And it goes a long way when you show somebody a little bit of respect and cheer them on. Because a lot of people, you'd be surprised, don't have that. Their husbands or wives aren't supportive of what they're doing, and they want nothing to do with being healthy and working out. And so coming from us, even if they don't know me, I have a customer that's amazing. She jumped right into our accountability group. She participates, she comments, and it's great because she knows, she doesn't know me from Adam. She doesn't know any of my team from Adam, but she still engages in everything. And I think that shows a lot about who we are, because we're so welcoming. And then showing up every day goes, like I've been saying, you have to do it. Rather I do an actual like physical workout, jumping, running, like the boxing that I did and lifting that I did today, or I do stretching. I might not video it every time, but at least I share and I put a glimpse of it. I put a picture. You'll notice I incorporate my son a ton because he's always with me. The first words out of his mouth is, "Mommy, where are you?" So into my workout, he comes a lot of the times. So showing that you're still doing it, you're drinking your shake, and you don't have to, I wouldn't necessarily, before I was saying Shakeology, Shakeology, Shakeology in that group, and sometimes I do in my post, but in my stories, I try to just say superfood shake. So then people start wondering and questioning what I'm doing. And then that kind of sparks up a little bit of conversation. And they're asking, like, I see you're doing so well. Like, what is the shake you're doing? What's that red drink that you drink? I got that the other day. What's that red drink you're drinking? You know, it looks like it's really good and you're like thriving off of it. So showing people that you're there, good days, bad days. It's sunny now, but it's been raining, and I didn't I know the weather sometimes, which sounds crazy, but that affects people a lot. I try not to let these things bother me, and I try to wake up every day with a good mindset, regardless if I miss my alarm or not. I try to make the best of it. So make sure that the point is, show up every day and support your team. And if for some reason you don't get your workout in, just share, it's been a rough day. I'm going to double up tomorrow. Or if you're normally getting it in the morning, I'm going to knock it out in the evening once my kids go to bed. And a lot of times I have to adjust my schedule to my son. So I don't always get my AM workout in, or my my lunchtime workout in while he's napping or eating. The other day I did a workout at 9:00, and it was definitely not my type, but it worked. And to go in with checking in on your team. So I do have my accountability group, but I also, like I said, I message people, my customers, I message my team separately. So because sometimes they don't always want to share every little thing that's bothering them, or they just need that extra little one-on-one. So I like to check in with them, see what's working for them, and see if they need that extra push, or what I can do to help get them there and help make them more successful, or just give them that extra boost that they need that they just aren't finding. And then lastly, there's a ton of chats and I cannot follow along. I'm not that coordinated. So I apologize if you guys are talking and I can't. They say never say you can't, but I can't read two things at once. So my last tip that I have for you is consistency. Being consistent and disciplined. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that my nutrition is perfect, because it's not. Chris will be the first, and probably my mom and McKenna and my mother-in-law, everybody will be the first people. They will tell you, like, I love my carbs. I love my bread. Kenna had cake yesterday, and she goes, I need to find somebody to bring it to. You can bring it to my house. I'll eat it. Phyllis will take it. So no, it's not perfect, and that's okay. I'm still consistent with showing up every day, my last tip, and I'm there. I show my face every day, whether it's a good day or a bad day. I post about my business. I share a lot about my life. I'm, for the most part, a very open person. So I don't mind telling you my struggles. If you ask me questions, I will be honest with you and tell you. Have I experienced it? Maybe not. Or if I have, I will give you everything that you want to know about that that I've dealt with. I don't mind talking to anybody. But you still have to show up. So I get that it's not always easy to show up every day and be consistent, because consistency is really hard, but it's going to benefit you the most in your progress. And people are going to see that, and they're going to attract to you. And they're going to see that you're consistent. Like I said earlier, Brad, do you hear him? Whether they join you or not, they're still watching you. And 2 years down the road, they might come to you. A lot of my me for quite a while. I've reached out to them in the past, and some of them were my mom's friends that I related to. And I think that shows a lot, because my mom has joined me in this journey. She doesn't necessarily, she promotes a little bit, but she's there for me. I'm there for her, and she's doing awesome. She's down 20 pounds, and I could not be more proud of her. But her doing it has also, so she's feeding off of me. So her doing it has brought her friends into it. And her friends came to me. There's a 20-year age gap between us. But they came to me and they're like, Christy, we know you. We know you're doing well. We see how you've benefited from Shakeology and how well you've been doing with, one of them suffers from IBS like I do. And that was her thing. Like, I see how well you're doing, and it's helping you so much. Help me. Like, how do I get started? Give me everything I need to go, and I'm on. So that was a lot of it. And she's been friends with my mom for, I don't know, 20 years. And I've been coaching going on 4 years. So she's been watching me on this entire journey for 4 years. And she joined me. So that's, your consistency is going to show. Like I said, whether you work out or not, you still want to show your face, because people are going to see you show your face and then drop off. Show your face and drop off. And they don't want something like that. They want somebody that's going to be there and show their face all the time for you and for them. So again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to do your best to show up every day and be consistent. Can you guys hear him? Yeah. So the start of my day, I like to wake up, and like of course we all like to wake up, but I wake up and I try to start my day with a main focus. I'm going to knock a workout in, and I have goals for the day that I need to get done around the house. Sorry. So if I don't start my day off good, it's going to drag. It's just not going to be a good day. So I have to wake up with that mindset. Like I said, regardless if I ignore my alarm or don't wake up to it or not, I still have to wake up with that mindset. So being consistent is, like I said, one, going to be beneficial to you, your progress, and your success. And two, it shows that you're strong. You're not going to give up. You work through the good and the bad, and that it's truly like everything, the product of the product, it's working for you. You can't show up 2 weeks in a row and then not for a month and be like, oh yeah, these workouts are great. How do we know that you're not showing us anything? We haven't seen it. Yeah, you might be doing it, and that's awesome. Good for you. And that's wonderful, but show us, we'd like to see that you're actually doing it. So I don't know how long I've been talking, but that's like my main points. Scotty, am I doing okay?
You are doing awesome, Christy. Yeah, you're doing awesome.
I don't know where I am time-wise. I don't know how to find that on here.
We've been exactly at 30 minutes. It's been
okay.
Great. I typed out all 6 of your tips. What I would want, like, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, there's a couple things. I've been listening, and you've been a coach for 4 years. I have brand new coaches on here that might feel a little discouraged. Maybe they haven't signed their first coach yet, or they're getting a lot of no's right now. It took your 4 years to get to this point where you're at right now. So I want everybody to take note of that. 4 years. To remember
it definitely didn't didn't come easy. And McKenna has been talking to me about coaching, and I was honest with her. I love it. I love what I do, but it didn't come to me right off the bat. It took me a little time to kind of get in my groove and find what works for me.
I love that. And what I want to hear, I think the team wants to hear as well, for you to close out this call, would be to share with us how Team Beach, we've heard some of the things like how it's helped with your IBS and helped build your confidence, but how has Team Beachbody benefited your life, both on the health side and the financial side?
Well, I mentioned I do have an action for you guys to do after this, but I did mention my IBS. I have severe IBS, and the Shakeology has helped me tremendously with that. I haven't had to take Metamucil, Citrusel, any extra fiber in over a year, actually. March was the last time I was at the doctor, and he said that as long as I'm good, I'm good. So that's helped me a lot. My depression, I and had on and off through depression. I have taken medication for it before. And after I had my son, momming is hard. Being a parent is hard. And getting used to it and learning all the ropes, and I'm learning every day. It's definitely hard, and it can bring you down. So I knew that I had to do something to get myself back to me. So I kept telling, I was a little, and I know a ton of coaches and just on-demand members, everybody, a lot of people do, or moms nurse and drink Shakeology and work out at the same time. But I struggled so bad with nursing that I didn't want to mess it up more. Not that these things are bad things, because they're great. But my body already had a hard time. So once I finished nursing, I jumped right on board, and I knew that that's what was going to get me out of my depression state, and it has. Of course, I have my down days, but I've been going strong for, my son's a year and a half, and probably a year I've been going strong. So that is a huge accomplishment, especially with some of the things that have been thrown at me in the recent months as well. We actually, COVID being one of them, our neighbor has it and we were exposed, and that was something that easily could have brought me down because of my son, and I'm terrified of him getting this virus because he is so little. But I've kept my spirits up. I kept on sticking to it and sticking to healthy lifestyle, and it's helped me a lot. My confidence has grown a ton. Like I said, I'm not much on I used to not be much on showing myself and everything, and my Flex Friday pictures, but that has really blossomed me, and it's made me a much better person. I'm always kind of been an outgoing person, but I feel like I'm much more personable and bubbly. Like, I like connecting with people, and that's the other thing is I try to engage with others on my newsfeed as much as I can. If I relate to them or if I see something that they're doing, I comment, and just getting myself out there is something that has, like, Beachbody has really helped me with. It's helped me blossom a ton and mature. I did have to kind of, with some of the things that I've gone through, maturity kind of hit me at a young age with a situation with my dad, but this has just helped me even more. And maturity goes into the financial side of it. So I'm actually almost doubled what I made last year. And to me, that's a lot. Anything helps, and I'm all about saving. So I haven't lately. I mean, I have, but I actually spoiled myself with some of the Zaya activewear. So I get to do these things, and it makes me feel good because I don't have to worry about, do I have the money for this, or can I get Baylor this toy this week? Or when I signed all 7 of those coaches, that paid my car payment. So it's just from just overall feeling better, energy level, confidence, it's also helped me be able to have a little bit more financial freedom, and that's just going to keep on growing from here.
Awesome. I love that. All right. Well, we will let you have an assignment or a takeaway for us as a team.
I do. Just something little. So a call to action, I would like you guys to reflect on an area that you maybe haven't been as consistent with and that you need to commit to more. So this commitment in this area that you haven't focused on so much, put that a top priority and focus on that the rest of the month. And then that's just going to lead from month after month after month. And like, not only is it going to help you be consistent and it's going to help you grow, but it's also going to open you up to your team. It's going to show that you're authentic, your true self. And it's just it will blossom who you are. It will bring you out of that shell, whether it be the smallest thing that you change, it will make a difference. So I like little, big, whatever it may be. It could be one of the tips that I've shared that maybe you've tried and it just hasn't been working for you. Commit to that, focus on that, and go from there and let it blossom who you are. And when you do it, feel free to, I want you to share it on your social media, but feel free to tag me so I can see it, and then I will show your post some love. I think that will be really cool. And I think I'm going to go through my tips I put on there and see what I can kind of push for myself to do better too.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy. Can you guys hear me? Pros. Okay. Thank you, Christy, for that awesome team call and the 7 tips, and then giving us a good takeaway to do. It's funny that you said that to share on social media and you would drop some love on it, because I was going to tell everybody on this team to go on your Facebook page and drop you some love for this awesome team call and for sharing with us each all day. And it was great being able to meet with you guys today. I see Heather saying inviting consistently is her weakness. So Heather, we know that's the one thing, like Christy gave us, that's the thing that you can work on. Just focus on that one activity for the entire month. Just work on starting conversations and inviting to people to come join on this journey with you guys. So thanks for being on the call with us. This is recorded, so I'll put it up on the team page. I'll give it to Christy and to Jennifer Greenberg so you guys can share it with any of your teams that couldn't be here today. And thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys on the next team call. See you guys later.